What is up, guys? For the last shocker, the nicest touch up here with our Week 5 Team Builder in RGBL. We are going against the Gaming Potato, and this is looking to be a very hard-fought battle for you to decide. You guys can hit that like button down below if you haven't already. Subscribe to join the Fish Rocker crew today because you'll be reeling with the King of Frill. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is looking to be one tough matchup for me, but also a semi-tough matchup for my opponent. This is looking to be either do or die for a lot of us here. And I'm going to kind of go over exactly why. This is going to be a very difficult match because it's just going to be one of those matchups that's just going to be hard to do. But let's go ahead and break down Potato's team. He's got Sylveon, Piloswine, Quagsire, Escavalier, Flygon, Girder, Serena, Gothitelle, and Bravier, and his Gmax is Gengar. You may look at his team and think this team is basically a bunch of really just kind of like tier 2 and below Pokemon. He's only barely tier 1s or Gmax Gengar and everything like that. But this team defensively is a problem. And that's where it comes to the problem. So we needed for this team, I wanted some offense, but I also wanted defense. And I think my defensive checks are the way to win this game this week. And you're going to see why. So let's go ahead and just get I really don't see Gothitelle Braviary coming in this matchup at all. Serena makes some sense, but I don't think he'll bring it. Girder could very well get swapped out from here. I'm not kidding you guys. Girder very well can. And the only reason why I say it could would be Mach Punch priority for both my Heliolisk and for my Sneasel. Excuse me. So this is a tough matchup. He 100% brings his Gmax as my ground. I really think he's going to try prep for Mamoswine. I feel like in this matchup, I think he's going to kind of prep for Goodra because Goodra is actually really good this game as well. I think there's going to be some things he's going to be probably really shocked not to see that he might over prep for. Pretty much about the rest of my team he could potentially prep for. So let's just go ahead and break down the team we're bringing for you guys this week for this matchup. First off, one mon that I'd like to see in this matchup is Cryptic. Cryptic puts in so much pressure on this team. What we need to get doing is that Piloswine. Piloswine is the only legitimate thing that stops me from beating this team. Gengar is scary. I will not lie. So Gengar is going to be one of those Pokemon I'm going to have to release, like, waste its Gmax to the point where I could get this thing in a Click Yard close live ahead. That's its regard. Because more than likely, this thing is going to be running at least a Expert Belt or a Life Orb versus us in this week. So it's going to be very interesting to see what he's going to do. But with Cryptic here, our healers with Grass Knot, Thunderbolt, Dark Pulse, Hyper Voice shuts down this team. It just shuts it down. Grass Knot for Piloswine and for the Quag, just because it beats those 1v1. If we can just get some really good, strong ship damage done on Piloswine, Piloswine is not going to take a Grass Knot. I see this thing being more mixed defensive, but more of a fizzy defensive set than a especially defensive set, if I'm being honest with you, because my team's more physically threatening. But yeah, with max special attack, 72 in HP, and enough speed to outspeed everything on his team except for the Gengar, which would been only potentially a speed type if it came down to it. Up next is one of the win cons, and I'm being confident when I say this because there's a very interesting kind of thing with this. We are running Power Trip, Roost, Bulk Up, Ironhead. Now, as much as I want to run another move that can boost my stats, I think I need Ironhead to check Sylveon, otherwise Sylveon checks me completely. We are running Power Trip because it's the best way to hit every single thing on his team for super effective or neutral damage that's not resisted because he does not have a Dark type. He does have a fighting type, but his fighting type never really beats this thing unless he is Iron Fist, which could have been potentially something he could have had, but he most likely Gust makes a lot more sense. Max HP, 80 attack, and pretty much 176 in special defense. Careful enter. This is especially defensive, and we are rocking that mirror armor. So if Sylveon does want to try to run that Mystical Fire set, that's fine with me. I counter that with the mirror armor ability, and it's going to cripple the Sylveon from doing anything against my team, and I can just keep setting up and then stall the turns. So that's going to be something that's like I can max out. Power Trips can be strong versus entire team, and then I can just start chipping things down, essentially. So that is one of the game plans for that one right there. And then I'm going to be running a set I've never ran before in my life, so I'm really hoping this doesn't come back to bite me in the butt, and it's going to work out for me here. We're bringing Big Brain the Orbeetle here with leftovers with that Frisk so we can scout exactly what we got going on for items. Iron Defense, Calm Mind, Recover, Store Power. This is basically the Store Power set, if you all don't know, because this is entitled the set that works the best when there is no Dark type. Yes, he does have a Bug type, but that is why I have Iron Defense. Iron Defense stops Escavalier from doing anything to me. I have Calm Mind, so I can start setting up against everything on his team. Store Power, once we get all set up and everything like that, it's going to start doing some massive damage. Again, his only realistic solution to Store Power is that Escavalier, so if I get to my max out on everything, that thing is either dying or taking a 2-shot 100%. We're running max HP, 84 defense, and 172 speed depth. I wanted to run a little more speed depth this week in this matchup because I felt like his physical threats aren't that much of a problem to me. His only physical threat to me that comes up is that Escavalier. And again, if I just get an Iron Defense off, I'm going to be good because the only move he can hit me with is most likely Mega Horn. And that has a chance to miss. So if I can start boosting my defenses more, it's good. Probably more than likely, I'll always click Calm Mind before Iron Defense. And then I will click Iron Defense on Escavalier. And then once I get to the point where I can always take his hits and then recover off the damage, I'll spam Calm Mind, and then I'll spam Store Power. And then I can go from there. If that is Unaware Quag, I'm dead. And more than likely, Unaware Quag can come to this game, but there's a problem with Unaware Quag that it then doesn't beat Jellicent because Jellicent can then scald it freely. So it's definitely has to be something we have to really scout out if it's Water Absorb or if it is not Water Absorb Quag. So that's going to be something we have to be careful with. Making his debut after 5 weeks, well, technically 4, is Edgy the Sneasel here. And Edgy is super, super, super good this game. Ice Skull Crash, Low Kick, Throat Chop checks this team very much strongly. Ice Skull Crash is just really good to go spam against this entire team. Ice Shard is just good forms of priority in case I just want to do some priority damage if I have to. Low Kick is super good against Piloswine, and we can just check that thing completely. And it's not that bad versus the rest of his team. And then Throat Chop is just generally really strong stab because we don't have knockoff just yet. In that sense regard. I'm running the Choice Band to hit as maximum hard as I can because this thing can just hit a lot of things hard. If it wasn't for that dang Gengar, I could run Max, I could run Adamant, but I can't because of that. Well, actually, I would still have, well, I would run a lot, or have more HP, but I am running Pickpocket in case for some reason I do lose my item, so that way I can steal an item off of a Pokemon to cripple them a little bit more down in that sense of regard. Iso Crash just hits so hard. It just honestly does. And I think this is a Pokemon that can really kind of win the game for us as well, so that's an option. But now we're bringing some tricky little text here right now, and I actually just realized I didn't name my Jellicent. I am so sorry, Jellicent. You've been one member that's been having a bit of a rough time on this season, so I gotta name you. We're bringing Jello Toxic in here with Trick Room, Scald, Shadow Ball, Recover. I'm bringing Dual Stab, Trick Room, Offensive, Life Orb. And the reason why I decided to go with this is that if I can get Trick Room up, I can start beating everything on his team down. Because there's a lot of things he can't do to me once I'm in Trick Room. It does stink not to have Energy Ball in this set, but I think having Energy Ball is the safer play. Actually, do I really need Scald? Nah, I think this is what we're rolling with. We're running 136 HP, 140 defense, and 176 special attack with a Quiet Nature with 156 depth. So this lets me take at least one hit from Gengar, unless it is Life Orb or Choice Specs, and then I can fire back a Mean Shadow Ball and knock it right back out. In that sense regard. And up next, this is a very risky set. I'm going to have to really look over this set again just to make sure I'm comfortable with it. We're bringing Weakness Policy G-Max Grimmsnarl with Light Screen, Darkness, Lariat, Fire Punch, Drain Punch with 176 HP, 180 attack with Adamant Nature, 8 defense, on 136 Spadef to give me a bit of Spadef bulk. So this is making me a Spadef bulky offensive threat this week. I want to make sure because this needs to check Sylveon. If I can't check Sylveon with this set, I'm in problems right now. So that's one something I'm going to be careful on and definitely checking and see if there's anything else I can hit Sylveon with. That would be better. But if not, then that's going to be what it is. But that is going to be the team, guys. This is pretty much about a do-or-die situation. If we lose, we have to win out the rest of the season. If we win, we have a really chance to win the playoff, get to the playoffs. But with all that being said, I've been Phil Shocker, the Nicest Channel. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If all else, I've been Phil Shocker, the Nicest Channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.